It's the Mina House Podcast, episode 131. We are all on Zoom. Yay! We made it happen. I'm Mina SayWhat. This is my house.
I'm Shana B. This is my house.
Dexter Stuckey, and this is my house.
I'm Garnett Briscoe, and this is somebody else's room. This ain't even my room. But I'm here, baby.
So it's been a while since we've all been together. I mean, I know I've been, at first with this whole pandemic thing, I was okay with it. But then in like the recent weeks, I've kind of really been going through it. So I kind of just like stuck to what I have to do essentially in my life. But now I'm like starting to feel better about it. So I want to know how you guys have been holding up. I mean, we haven't talked in a couple of weeks.
For me, it's been like it's been an interesting adjustment. I mean, like you go from like, first off, I think it's really important for me that like the last day that I was at work was Friday the 13th. And I'm a very superstitious person. And I'm like, you got to be careful on Friday the 13th or whatever. And that day they were like, okay, look, we're going to take 2 weeks off. And then after that, you guys work from home. And after that, we'll figure things out. That 2 weeks has now turned into like 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's turned into the whole year now. Like,
And then like initially, I guess it was like kind of okay. Like you're staying up late, you're eating whatever you want. Like it is kind of cool because it's 2 weeks. But then after that, and like currently, it's just like, all right, like this is too much now. Like I'm gaining weight. Like my sleep schedule's messed up. Like it's a lot.
Yeah, I would say for me, it's definitely been a transition because I'm like the third parent. My sister is a nurse, and my brother-in-law is a cook at the hospital. So like they have to work. They don't have a choice.
yeah.
So I am now the school parent, and that's a lot. That's like a lot. Like I was on a call with somebody earlier, and we and her were like vibing, like we totally forgot what we were talking about and just vibing through the struggles. And all I want to say is I appreciate teachers.
Yes.
Want to teach so much more because y'all got the patience of Job. I don't understand. I don't know why y'all want to do it. These kids, she in first grade. But let me tell y'all this is real funny. I turned her something the other day and it was wrong. The teacher was like, just one thing, just correct that short vowel because shell is a short vowel, not a long vowel. I was like, I'm going to let her know.
I don't know how she messed that up.
But you know what? The kids are learning completely different things. Like you've seen them do math. Their math is different. They don't do math the same way.
They cut out that long division. Long division don't exist. Completely different. They get the same answers in different ways.
Right. So that's just been a major change for me during this. So like she gave me a Mother's Day card yesterday that said, you deserve a break. Too bad you ain't gonna get one. That's just how I feel right now. That's how I feel.
Happy Mother's Day.
Yes. How about you, G?
I feel like now I'm starting to really enjoy it this time, and I'm unemployed right now. Unemployment is fabulous. If y'all aren't on it, please join. Right now I'm just trying to get my mind right, spending time with friends, family as much as I can.
Wait, what?
Yeah, friends and family. Don't be afraid of your friends and family, man. Don't be
You about to get the Rona, bro. I remember
get the Rona. Listen, I'm not gonna get the Rona. I'm protected by God, and so is everybody around me. We straight.
Look at Dex face.
There's a lot of fear going on outside.
So you one of those people? Okay.
One of what?
Those, like the guy is gonna protect me. I'm gonna be out there protesting in front of the officers and stuff.
I'm still, a little cautious, but for my friends and my family, I'm not going to let anything stop a handshake or a hug from my family that isn't going outside either. They're not going outside. They're protected. So why should I, you get what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to dap and, no, give me a hug, give me a kiss. Ain't nothing changed. I'm chicken, They are. But now, other than that, man, just trying to stay creative and stuff like that. Like I said, I'm actually enjoying this time just like y'all. My sleep schedule is completely wrecked. I'm not looking forward to changing that at all. But we here, man. I'm enjoying myself.
You know, when this thing first started, I was really excited because I was doing all the stuff that I never got to do. And I was I was Mina Stewart. I was baking from scratch. I was cooking. And I just could not understand the people that were like, oh my God, I can't deal with this. I'm bored. I didn't understand it because at first, right. Because, you know, I consider myself a workaholic. So it's like, I'm always going to find something to do, whether it's in the house. I've been gardening, I've been out here planting tulips and stuff, doing stuff I've never done. I clean my cabinets, never done that. So, but then like, I would say about 3 weeks ago, when they started to change the narrative a little bit about it being something that's 2 weeks to a month to 2 months to this is something we're going to be dealing with for the rest of the year. I think mentally, it just really gave me a lot of anxiety. Because I'm an only child. I live by myself. I have a dog, so I think I adjust very well to being alone. I don't mind being alone, but what happened was I never realized how much balance I need in my life until this happened. Like, believe it or not, going out to a basketball game for me, that's release. That's decompression. Going out to dinner with my friends or drinking, that's a release for me. Getting a massage, going out to get my hair done, my nails done. It's a bonding experience that I didn't realize was relieving stress in my life. So now that I don't have those things, I kind of like went through it like 3 weeks ago where I was really like just stressed out. I had anxiety. I don't really get anxiety. I felt overwhelmed. I think a lot of people around me are losing their job, and that's really affecting me because it adds to the fear of, I'm worried about my friends and how they're going to come up out of this. And just reading the news really was starting to get into my head. And I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to get out of bed. I kind of just went to work and then slept and ate. Went to work, slept and ate. So I was really going through it. But that lasted maybe like a week and a half, 2 weeks. And then I kind of snapped back out of it. It's like phases that I'm going into. Like I was really domestic at first. Then I was a little like, I'm just going to do the bare minimum and work and sleep and eat. And then I came out of that like very like, ooh, I want to try new makeup tips and new hair tips. So I started ordering stuff online. And now I'm in this home improvement phase where I want to like upgrade the house and buy a new refrigerator, a smart refrigerator. So it's definitely been like stages for me. And I'm learning what helps me cope. I never realized that all these things actually help me cope and help me stay really balanced. So I get it, y'all. I'm just happy that we can come together and kind of talk, and just talk about this mess. So there's a lot going on in our feed. I think the thing that is most on my mind right now is like the Jill Scott and Erykah Badu thing. Yeah. It was so amazing. Did you guys watch it? What'd you think?
Thoroughly enjoyed myself on that. I really did. I was in here lighting sages. I was had candles lit. We actually watched it as like a party as far as me and my roommates. And, we sat here to put on a big screen TV and we watched it from beginning to end. I thought those two ladies did a magnificent job. I thought the sportsmanship was beautiful. They spoke highly of one another. And I'm looking forward to the next one based off of how good that they did. So I enjoyed it.
Yeah, they're doing Nelly and Ludacris next, right?
I can't wait, boy.
Hi, ooh, I'm going downtown, baby.
Oh, gosh.
How about y'all?
I really enjoyed it, especially just knowing so many people in the Philly music community and knowing people that worked on some of those songs that Jill played, knowing people that played with Erykah and, having them. I was seeing their comments come up on the live, like, oh, I remember we played that there. It just was really good. And like, like Arnett was saying, just the way they spoke highly of each other. And like, I think Jill said it at one point that somebody said, this is the way ladies are supposed to be. Like, we need more of that out there than what's out there. And I appreciated just that it was so positive, and it took memory lane, child. Started thinking about some people. But it was good.
So nothing against the ladies. I think they're both phenomenal talents. I obviously have them.
I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming.
I have them both on, my Apple Music. I love them. They're great performers and everything, but I'm just not into the verses. Like, it's just very difficult for me to hold my phone. And like Garnett had a good idea with watching on the TV. Maybe that'll work for me. But usually I do it on the phone, and it's so difficult to sit there for an hour just to watch. Like, text messages are coming, and it's just a lot. So I just don't deal with the verses.
Okay, Dex, I'm with you on that. And I'm not gonna lie, and this sounds dangerous. I listened to like an hour and a half of it as I was driving down to Delaware. And I think that's why I was able to stay on, because I'm like you. Like, all these lives, after 10 minutes, people are like, you go? I can't hold my phone. I'm done. I'm going. 10 minutes, I'm done.
Well, I felt like that with the Teddy Riley and Babyface one, but I think because Teddy was really getting on my nerves, and it was just like, the sound issues, and then just like them not knowing how to work the equipment. Not them, Teddy specifically. So I get where you're coming from, Dex, but I think when they both know how to work the equipment, like, I really enjoyed T-Pain and Little John. Like, I really, really enjoyed that.
I did enjoy that one. But that was because I think I wanted to be out partying, and those songs had me hyped.
They'll do it for you, yeah.
And then I really like Neo and Jonte Austin, and I sat there. I got a little frustrated with the Babyface one because of Teddy Riley mostly. But I really like Jill and Erica too. I guess it depends on your attention span,
Yeah, is there anybody else that you would like to see come up? Because, we're going to be home for a while, so they got some more.
Bow Wow versus Tiger. I need that.
What?
Bow Wow versus Tiger.
That's not a bad idea. Like, Bow Wow has
great. It's great and underrated.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's better than Bow Wow versus Romeo. I want people to stop saying that. Like, Romeo doesn't have a catalog.
Romeo got to battle me.
I want Kaya and Trina.
Oh, gosh. That might be like a certain fight on live.
And it'll be 6 minutes.
Trina will watch it. Trina got hits on hits on hits, man.
I'm trying to think.
I saw they were doing a Trina and Trick Daddy one. But
that's cute.
They got the same music.
But is there, what are they going to play the same songs together?
Right. That's weird. That's weird to me.
I would probably like to see like a Ratchet Girl face off. So maybe like City Girls and I don't know.
Like Sweetie or something like that.
Or Megan. Megan and City Girls, or that's what it is. You have to have equal catalog.
Yeah.
And that's why I think this Nelly and Ludacris one's gonna be really good because they both really got the catalog, and I think a lot of people forget that they have the catalog.
Yep, I agree with that.
By the way, I think Bow Wow's the frog on The Masked Singer.
Oh, 100% the frog.
Yes,
absolutely.
right?
Yes.
Who do you think is Night Angel?
Candy Burris from
I think it's Candy too.
Yeah.
You guys don't watch?
No. I haven't been watching.
Oh, y'all missing out. That's a show right there.
Yes.
Especially
so
this
watches
season.
It, but we watch it behind, like on demand.
I think I might have saw one episode, and
it's so good. So after this enlightening Erykah Badu Lizzo thing, right? Then comes social media, talking about, why do y'all accept Erykah but not Lizzo?
You mean Jill?
So I guess Jill and not Lizzo. So obviously they're both full figured, I guess. I guess that's the correlation. I don't know why this comparison started to happen, but it was a legit conversation.
But isn't it normally people get upset because people are normally comparing Lizzo to a Rihanna or Ashanti or Beyonce or whatever? Like, we're comparing, like, now that takes that whole argument. Like, y'all hate Lizzo because she's big. That takes that argument and throws it out the window because Jill Scott she's full figured as well. So, like,
yeah.
Well, I think that's why this conversation started to happen, because a lot of people go to the people criticize Lizzo because they're body shaming her. I don't have a problem with anybody who's full figured, right? But I've said sometimes when Lizzo gets on my nerves, it's not because of her weight. It's because she's so extra with it. And then that's why the conversation started happening. Like, okay, well, why do y'all criticize Lizzo but not Jill Scott? But I think you have to really think about, I don't think, at least for me, it's not the weight. For me, it's whether you're skinny or fat, it's how you're carrying yourself.
I just want to say, I don't understand why they're upset, because Jill, she might do some stuff, and we know the microphone thing, but the way that she carries herself, I don't think you can compare it to Lizzo. Like if they were talking about vocals or whatever. But Lizzo, and again, we talked about it, no shame in her game. That's how she wants. She's very free with her body. She's very open. She want to be twerking, on everything. That's not even anything that Jill would do. So that's why I don't get that. How do y'all accept Jill and not Lizzo? It's not even the same thing.
Well, I think Lizzo's a little bit more in your face too. Like I've never seen Jill twerk in front of kids at a basketball game. I think for me, that was the tipping point. Like, okay, Lizzo, this is getting out of hand, Lizzo. They're kids. They're 6, and you have your bare ass cheek hanging right in front of them.
At the Lakers game. And if you think about it.
Hello?
That was one of the last games that we saw before the coronavirus stuff happened. So Lizzo, that was very unsanitary. Look what you started.
All that ass, man. All that ass right there.
I think that's what it is. I don't think people have a problem with Lizzo because she's big. She's just so in your face. And I think that she does it in times that are inappropriate. So it's like, we all like to twerk. I don't have a problem with watching ass, but there's certain places that you got to put the ass away. Kids basketball game is one of those places.
I also feel like Jill Scott, like we're so emotionally attached to Jill Scott and her body and her weight because of that damn movie, man. She got verbally abused by a guy. Found another guy, helped her lose weight up the fucking. Found a good guy. She lost that weight.
Very good point.
Loved her. Like, wow, so Lizzo got to star in one of them movies, lose that weight.
Lizzo's also a lot younger. You have to think.
Yeah.
Like, there's also an age difference here. I mean, obviously, Jill carries herself in. First of all, Jill was putting out music when women weren't doing this. So she wasn't going to be doing it, period. But now she's a little bit older, so she's not going to be doing all that twerking and stuff like that. So I don't think we have a problem with the sexuality of a big woman, because I thoroughly learned a lot from Jill Scott watching her suck on that microphone. I'm just saying. When she said like this, when she went like this, she was like, get the balls. And then she went like this. I'm like, yes, Jill.
As a member of the MBW committee, mixed between weights, I'm not a skinny chick and I'm not a BBW. I don't have any problem with Jill's weight, the way she carries herself, and I really don't with Lizzo. But I do feel like Lizzo is off she got cut off on Diddy's thing, the dance-a-thon thing they were doing. And he tried to say they didn't cut her off because she was twerking. He said it was the song lyrics. I'm like,
it was the song lyrics. I think it was.
No, Diddy,
I think it was the song lyric.
I mean, we know Diddy. Like, Diddy would, if I would assume, like, Diddy would, what he would or would not like, it would be that. Like, Lizzo.
It was like a clean.
But it
was a family show until then.
But it was Easter. You can't be twerking on Easter. Jesus has risen. There's certain things you can't do. Like, that was inappropriate, y'all.
He was just trying to see a little bit of that too.
No.
He logged in on that live.
Philly Jesus logged in. All right, moving on. Mother's Day. Mother's Day is always very interesting because, especially when you have multiple baby moms or baby mama drama in general, like to watch Future shout out all his baby moms on Twitter. That was a moment.
It was something. And he still missed one.
He missed like 3. He shouted out 5. I think, no, he missed like 2, really.
Yeah, like 2 or 3. Yeah,
2 or 3, yeah. I don't even know anymore. I can't keep count. But YG posted like his baby mom, and in the picture she's pregnant. He's next to her. And I just kind of like really felt bad for Kehlani. So I wanted to talk about, like, when you're out of a relationship, like, should you be worried? Like, should YG have just posted his baby mom on Mother's Day? Or like, do you guys think that there should be some reservations, being that he literally just got out of a very public situation with Kehlani?
I mean, honestly, I think out of respect for the new woman, I probably wouldn't have just thrown it out there, because you know how the public is. Like, they're going to be like, you were just with Kehlani, this and the third. And this woman's like laying there on the hospital bed pregnant. It's an intimate moment. It's kind of like, you don't want to ruin that with anything. And I do feel like because the situation was so public, people are going to have very public opinions about it.
Right. Yeah, I think it just depends, and it definitely if you're in a current relationship. Like I saw The Game, he put up a post about both his baby moms, but I did notice one of them was way longer, and to my knowledge, he's not with either one. But the relationships are different. But then when I saw that, at first I was like, well, that's really nice. But then I did think like, well, if he's in a relationship, like, how does that woman feel? Like, yes, you want the person to respect their children's mother, and obviously they're doing a wonderful job. You want to give them that. But if you're in a relationship with somebody and he got these long posts on Mother's Day, it's kind of like, oh, okay, you guys just say Happy Mother's Day, send her some flowers, and keep moving.
Send a text. You don't got to do it all public like that.
It really depends on, I guess, what was said on these posts. But I believe, giving your baby mother or baby dad, whatever you want to call it, when the time comes on Mother's Day or Father's Day, a shout out, just showing them some appreciation and respect. I think that's cool. But I think it should be some guidelines if you have another significant other. I feel like it's definitely guidelines.
I felt bad for Kehlani because that song that she put out on Valentine's Day, she talked about how he was being deceitful, and you can go ahead and have your baby. So I'm like putting one and one together and thinking maybe the baby mom is pregnant. I don't know if that's an old picture, a new picture, a current picture, but I just think in general it's just super messy and hurtful, and I felt bad for Kehlani, and I saw people in the comment field talking about like, damn, you ain't have to do Kehlani like this.
See? But she just had a baby too, right?
Before
they were together though.
Yeah.
Oh.
Before they was big.
Yeah.
Literally, like she had a baby and she going out with him. Like it was.
Yeah.
Go take Kehlani. Come on, go breastfeed. Go breastfeed your baby. Don't worry about him.
Her baby is one. He's not breastfeeding her baby anymore.
Well, take care of the baby. Like
people do it after one.
I hope not. Your baby got teeth and you still breastfeed.
Some people do it.
All right. Moving on. Tekashi 6ix9ine. I really wish that he would have came out of jail and stayed low key. But he's actually doing the opposite. I wouldn't have minded if he even just put out music. Like he gets out of jail, put out music, put out videos. I get it. You got to continue to work and make money. But he's just doing a lot right now. What do you guys think about everything that's going on with that?
Well, go ahead. No, you go. Because I don't have very much information other than watching on YouTube some of his live, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I ain't got too much to say on it. I just will say, I think if you are going to come out and still want to release music, you have to own it the way that he owned it, whether you like it or not, because that's the only way that it's going to work and sell for his sake. But other than that, I mean, I really don't care too much. I think for his career from here on out, I mean, he's infamous. Whether like he just is, he is a very huge artist because of the controversy. So I mean, even if you don't like it, you at least gotta acknowledge that, and that's what he's saying. So he's not gonna calm down at all. That's the way he make his money. So he's gonna keep rapping the same way. He's gonna keep trying to pick at people. Hopefully Meek leave it alone just so he won't give him more buzz, because I feel like leading up to it, Meek definitely helped out getting him 2 million, even though he didn't need much help already, but you help. You're somebody that's a figure in the culture that people look towards and hang on every word. So when you are putting that energy over there, your fans are going to go over there too. So you're saying that you don't like something, but you're sending people there, even if you don't mean to. So
that's really annoying to me. Meek and Snoop Dogg, like, y'all haven't been in the streets for years. You guys ain't about it. I'm sorry. You ain't about it. I'm just saying.
I mean, at least Meek just got out of jail. Like,
I know, but it's like, they're like.
Wasn't even in there for no long amount of time.
But they were like, they're so gung-ho on this, like, rap culture and snitching. And I'm like, Snoop, you got to show with Martha Stewart, bruh. You got a song with Katy Perry. Like, let this gangster stuff go. Meek is reform platform talking about prison reform. Let that go. This guy is not a gangbanger. He's a kid that got involved with a gang for money or whatever, and for the clout. He's not abiding by those same rules.
Yeah, I think you guys all have valid points. I think it's weird. Like, I never paid Tekashi 6ix9ine much attention before. I thought it was funny, like it's a joke or whatever. I actually like dressed as him as Halloween, not last year, but the year before, as a joke. It was just funny to me. Like, but I didn't really realize all this extra stuff was starting to go on. Then when he got arrested and all that stuff started happening, it's just kind of like, all right, let's just let it go. Like, then he came back out. I'm not interested, so I don't click on it. People consistently send me stuff for it. They're like, here, post this on your page, post this on your blog, and it's like, no, I just rather not. My only issue, though, is the excessive use of the N-word. Like, I just think that, to me, is like a problem. I think you don't, it's not necessary, and it's one of those things that I think as a culture, like, we're so upset about him snitching and all this stuff, but we're not upset about him screaming the N-word, which is a derogatory term. I think that's where we should be focusing our energy. But I guess we can't because a lot of us do it too.
Yeah.
Focus on, though, how does he feel safe? Like,
I was just going there.
He's so unbothered a little bit, and I get you have to perpetuate that. To your point, you got to sell records, so you can't be no punk. But I'm like nervous for him.
I was going there. I think for me, like I said, I think I would have been like, okay, you come out, you do your music, you put out your videos. But I think because he is so flamboyant, and even that little white girl posted his location and his house, I'm almost scared for him as a human being. I don't know him personally. I was never a really big fan, but I would hate to see one more person die,
I agree.
because of something like this. Like, he got involved with some really scary people, and, that people that tried to hurt him, when he did his first live, he said, why should I be loyal to these people? Yeah, I snitched on them. These people, beat me up, kidnapped me, robbed me. They had sex with my baby mother. They tried to get me on a wiretap. Like, these people tried to take him down, so he has no loyalty to them. So I get it. But it's like, I would hate for him to come out of the situation, because he's been lucky.
Yeah.
Coronavirus thing hit. He's out of jail. He's doing house arrest. He's a lucky guy. He was looking at multiple years, decades.
69 years. But that whole thing, though, that he said, like, why should I be loyal to them? It's difficult for me to get behind that, because I feel like if the four of us jump in the car together and go rob a bank, and all four of us are a part of it, and one of us get caught, like, you can't then, and say it was me that got caught, and all three of you guys, y'all just went away or whatever, and treated me wrong after I got locked up. It's really, like, you did it. I was a part of it, too, so I have to
We all signed up for it. We all signed up for it. You knew what you was doing.
But say we're all signed up, right? And then Dex goes and starts to collaborate with the federal authorities on trying to take me down, right? So at that point, do I have loyalty to Dex? You already turned on me.
But I still did the crime. At the end of the day, I still did what I did. Like, I have to own it. If it was like you were lying and you were making stuff up, it's like, okay, like, I'm not going to deal with that. But, like, I literally did the crime. You're telling something that I did. Like, it's not like you lying.
Right. So you think that he shouldn't even have said anything just because he was you
were affiliated, like, you were wrong with them. Like, you just happened to be the one that got caught.
Right. Well, I just think, I would hate for him to lose his life for being so flashy with it.
I don't even know why you're worried about that.
I'm really worried about that. I don't even know the guy, but I'd be worried.
You gotta take into consideration of, like, everyone else that's, let's say O.J. Simpson, right? O.J. Simpson did a terrible crime.
Ain't nobody worried about him, bro.
No, I'm just saying. he did a terrible crime, right? Got off. Everybody knows who he is. If they wanted to find him, they can find him and do harm to him. O.J. Simpson's still walking. George Zimmerman did a horrible crime. People know where people are at. He's still walking these streets. So as far as him feeling safe or being safe, him actually being a huge artist makes it safe for him. If he wasn't a huge artist, then it's something to look out for, but being so big, everybody knows who he is. Everybody's security at that point.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
There's always eyes on him. So even the girl, catching him, like, I think that was him lining himself up for more publicity.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Only because, his first thing was, I got to go attack, this King of New York stuff. And in his head, he had to say that while he was in New York. He don't want to be in New York long. So, with the air and all of that stuff, he knows, windows is open. Like, people are very aware. So you stepping out on a balcony with all of this jewelry, you are a walking unicorn. Everybody knows who you are.
Literally.
Yeah, so it's like her seeing that he knows somebody's going to post something, and then now it's more publicity. He was going to move anyway.
And he was definitely in an area where people who would try to do something with him, they're nowhere near that area. Like, this was a little young white girl that caught him doing that. He's going to go to Florida, though, because that's where Casey Anthony is. O.J. Simpson's probably out there. George is out there.
O.J. Simpson is there. He is in Florida.
That's the crazy state. All right, so he broke the Instagram record, right? And then he broke the YouTube record with this video and music video. Do you like this song?
I didn't even hear it. I saw it. I didn't hear it. I really don't care to hear it.
I like the song, y'all.
but Mina, like,
this song is fire.
But Mina, like, that's not really saying much, though. We've accepted music that wasn't really up to par. It's not like it's Erykah Badu and Jill Scott or whatever. We've accepted music that's not the best for decades at this point. So, like, people liking the song is not surprising to me.
Yeah.
Right.
I like the song. I like the video too. I like his chain. I like it.
Oh, you're just doing too much.
I like it. Listen, the rainbow colored girls with the big asses. I like it. What's not to like?
You up to something, but I don't know, man. Yeah, I heard the 30-second snippet, but me myself, I'll probably never stream that. I wasn't one of the people on YouTube that helped him break the record. It's not because I don't like him or anything like that. I have no interest in his music for what it is. If I hear it in life, that's fine, but I'm probably not clicking on it.
I do a lot of things for research. So I was watching the live for research. I watched the video for research. I was just impressed that he made this video in his backyard.
Well, I think Drake made that video for Tootsie Slide in his house. That
wasn't the mansion that he lives in.
I know. I mean, it was ridiculous.
It wasn't that good. that don't say much. I mean, we know what his house looked like now, but...
And that's all he wanted to show.
Right.
That's all he wanted to do.
All right. So one of the things that I've been obsessed with watching is The Last Dance, the Michael Jordan documentary. Oh, so good. It's I think it's the best thing that has come out while we've been on quarantine.
Absolutely.
What do you guys think about it?
Amazing. Every time I watch it, I feel like I'm learning something new. And it's crazy because I feel like we're never going to get this opportunity again. There's no sports figures, in my opinion, that are as polarizing as Michael Jordan was currently that are private. All these situations, the Dennis Rodman stuff that happened, all those things, you kind of heard bits and pieces about it back in the day, but to actually see it now, it's damn, that's really what happened. And then it's just his drive, his determination. I have said to myself multiple times that, so you're not working hard enough after watching that, because his determination, his willpower, Michael Jordan, really ran the court, and I want to do that in my own life. I'm so inspired by this documentary.
Yeah, I was gonna say, for me, it brings up my love for basketball, because I was watching the one, and I don't remember what year, the one playoff with them in Utah, and I'm I remember that's when I fell in love with basketball. Watching that playoff game, that's when I fell in love with it. And then when Allen came to the sport, I just took off. But that game and watching Michael Jordan was when I first started my love affair. It just, and me having worked in basketball and having so many memories and really seeing people that I know now, oh my God, look at him when he was 20. Look at him, he was cute.
Yeah, he was cute, girl.
Just going through memories.
I was
just different things, and just, I don't know, when you watch it, it just gives you a rush. It just gives you this feeling. I can't even describe it.
Yeah, I'm enjoying myself. I only watched the first 2 episodes on purpose because I really want to watch all 10. Well, the rest of it all at once.
I'm jealous. That's smart.
I really
was smart.
But So like you said, that some of the stories that are, being released and, we're getting a full thing of it now is interesting because, hearing everything and whether it's rumors and everything now that's being confirmed is like, wow, all of this was really going on, man.
Right.
So that really just lets you know how like Jordan he's different from everybody. It's probably him and then Kobe as far as like how far they're willing to take winning. When he's out here not letting people eat, that's another grown man and you tell him he can't eat because he didn't play well.
Yeah.
That's like, wow, that's Jordan. And I would want to play for him as well because that's like, wow, you get what I'm saying? Like that teaches you something.
That mentality, because you're not born. Everybody's not born with that, and he showed you during this documentary that it could be taught. Also, another thing that I thought was really big in this was the Dennis Rodman connection, because like we know how Dennis Rodman was, like flamboyant and stuff like that, and like most guys would be around somebody like Dennis Rodman and be like, I can't deal with this, and Jordan it's like he didn't see that, like he was just like, this guy can play ball, like that's what matters here. And honestly, I think if more people were like that in society, we would be in a much better place.
Right. Because they understood that Dennis was different, and they understood his complexities, and were willing to embrace it and work around it so it could work for the team.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say no, but that's why they were such an amazing team, and boy, are we lucky that they even had a camera back then to film all of it. Who would have, like we would have never guessed back then. Like, we gotta wait 20 years to get the best documentary ever in sport. But they were so forward thinking, and like I said, it does say something about Jordan too. So for him to even have another grown man agree and say, okay, I won't eat.
I wish somebody would.
Everybody bought into that one thing at the end of the day, and that was winning.
Yeah.
For me, I don't remember a lot of the early stuff that happened with him. So my early memories of Jordan were more so when he had just come back from the baseball, and then him playing, and then him going off into golf, which I'm interested to see if that's what they cover next. But I didn't know a lot of the behind the scenes stuff that was going on. I mean, I didn't even know that they said that he was mean.
Well, I was going to say, to your point, and to like Dex's point, we were so young.
Yeah.
So a lot of the stuff that was going on, like I'm like watching these news clips, and I'm like, did I know about this? And I'm like, girl, you was 10. Like,
right.
Trying to remember my age. And I'm like, well, yeah, I probably was like playing.
Probably not.
Yeah.
But I feel like it, and the question I have for you guys, if some of those things happen, and it's Michael Jordan we're talking about in today's world, because they had ESPN, but it was different. It wasn't 5 shows, 5 ESPN channels. There was no social media. Like, how do you guys think it would be if that was happening right now?
All over Twitter already, so it would trend for a day and then it goes away. That's why, like, these people now, they're not gonna have these big documentaries like that. Like LeBron James, I think he's so polarizing, but he's kept a clean image and stuff. And also, like, it's just one of those things where it's just like Tristan Thompson. Like, we know the stuff that you go through. Like, it's on social media already, so it trends for a day,
with Tristan,
and then it goes away. It's just a polarizing figure. It just comes and it goes. Like, y'all don't even let us think that something might be going on.
I kind of
know everything right away.
I kind of disagree, because I feel like there's always like their side, and we don't really know their side or why they do certain things. I mean, even with the Dennis Rodman stuff, we all knew he dated Madonna. We all knew that he was polarizing and he was eccentric. And my one friend was saying he thinks that he was a closet gay man, and he just could not be himself, which is why he was doing all these things. But I didn't know the intricacies of how that affected his basketball career, and how, Phil Jackson managed him as a coach, or even Michael managed him as a teammate. There's always something that you don't know. And that's why I don't think the documentaries we're going to see are going to be like this, like so much like has been revealed. It's not going to be as revealing, but I definitely do think that they're going to have one where we're seeing a different side of things. I mean, everybody knew why Jordan, it seems like back in the day, people knew why Jordan left basketball, because his father had passed away, but to see him actually explain, like, No, I felt attacked. You know, the media was saying that my gambling somehow had influenced the passing of my father. Like, I wanted zero parts with the sport. That is a perspective that we didn't know.
Right. And I like how they show that, like the buildup of how the media is attacking him and, you know, you can't go anywhere and, you know, all of those things. I just love how they show that. The other thing that I feel like I do want them to patch up some of these old school beats. Y'all too old and life is too short. We out here in coronavirus. I need y'all to patch up some of these beats. I'm sorry.
Some of it I understand though. Listen, like Jordan, Isaiah.
Okay, yeah,
that and that's because I believe from what I saw in the documentary, Jordan that day when Isaiah Thomas didn't shake his hand, he saw something in Isaiah's core that was irreversible. No matter what he says or what he does, that day, that's exactly who he is. So, and that's what Michael Jordan thinks. That's what he feels. So, yeah, you don't have to patch up that beat.
Girl, I'm holding on to that. You petty as hell. When I lost, I shook your hand. You lost, and you ain't even look my way.
But I was
F you.
say,
we ain't gonna be friends, bro, ever.
I was gonna say something they don't show in the documentary, but of course, all this other stuff is coming out now, and like I'll be watching these YouTube videos. There was actually an incident with Isaiah prior to that, like leading up, because Isaiah's from Chicago, and they're saying that there was some feeling that he was very jealous of Michael because he didn't get the same love in Chicago that Michael got. And apparently, like Michael's first All-Star game, Isaiah purposely or allegedly purposely told people, don't give him the ball. Like, we're not going to let him score. So it was like, so that was like the top of it. But it seems like there was this beef building for years.
Yep.
How about his mama? I didn't know, you know,
She's
Nike.
gorgeous.
Nike is like the biggest thing. I didn't know that Nike back in the day was like nobody cared, and his mama had to tell him to take a deal with Nike.
David Falk. Like awesome agent, David Falk.
Yeah, I mean, I'm learning so much, and I really love it, and I don't want it to end.
I don't want it to end either.
Because what else are we gonna have to watch? We don't have nothing else.
The reruns. I'm watching Last Dance reruns over and over.
Oh my God, I love it. Even when he was crying when he won his fourth title, and he was crying and sobbing because his dad wasn't there. God, I was like watching him crying too.
Well, I was going to say too, and I like that, even though it's like, yes, it's the Last Dance and it's a focus on Michael Jordan, it does take us through these other characters, you know, or other people. So like even the background on Phil, like that I just never knew about. Like, you know, so you're seeing all of these deeper things about people that you see, but you just didn't know about. Like when you started talking about coaching in whatever country he was in, and they would like shoot the opponents. I'm like, and yeah, you're this calm, peaceful, held together man that's able to do all these things.
The Zen master, man.
Yes. It's just, I think that's just amazing.
You know what I'm annoyed about? How they're like, well, they're not doing Scotty right, or they're not portraying this person right, or that person right. It ain't, this documentary ain't about these ancillary people around Michael Jordan.
It's a Scottie Pippen documentary.
This documentary is about Michael Jordan. People are like, I saw the one guy that used to play for the team talk about, oh, why he ain't interview me. When y'all was playing together, Craig, I was like, Craig, when y'all was, you know, back in the day, you was talking ish about his deal, Michael Jordan's deal with Nike. You didn't have an amicable relationship with Michael Jordan. Now you want to be included into the documentary? No, Craig. You should have shut your mouth is what you should have done. I was so annoyed reading that article, why they didn't interview me. Craig, you ain't his friend. That's why.
We don't need you for this great
story. We don't need you.
This ain't about you. You do your own documentary, Craig.
You are not going to add anything of substance to this documentary. Sorry, Craig.
Do a separate documentary about Scottie Pippen, how he wasn't paid. But it's like, this is not about them. This is about Michael Jordan. And maybe there can be some spinoffs. And maybe that'll save this whole thing.
It's still not going to be as good as this, but yes.
You know what I'm annoyed about, though? I hate how they keep skipping between years. Like, they'll be like 1998.
I like it a little bit.
That's cool.
I don't like it.
Well, you see, you probably don't watch like How to Get Away with Murder and like Scandal because they do that too. So I like that.
I need it to go in chronological order. It's like in one video he's old, in the other video he look good and he's young. I'm like, I'm confused. What year?
Question for y'all: do y'all just peep the house background? I'm like, is this on your private island somewhere?
That's not no. So here's the story with the house. He didn't want to do the documentary in his house because he felt like it was too personal. So they rented out 3 different houses that look like his, so they can film there.
You hear that, Drake? Don't let these people in your house.
Right. All right. Moving on, our topic for the month, because we haven't convened all month, is about these damn masks. So in my regular life, I'm literally having arguments with people in my life, and because they're not following the rules, they're not practicing social distancing. This one guy had a whole barbecue in the middle of the pandemic. And, you know, it's frustrating because I would hate, like, I know there's one woman I know that she, you know, there's a couple of people that I know that caught the coronavirus. I know 2 people who passed away from it. My cousin's baby father, his grandparents passed away from it. But it's like, it's so real to me. And I'm doing everything that I can to make sure that, like, you know, people are following the rules. And it's frustrating because a lot of people that I know are not. And it's really starting to show a different side of these people to me, you know, even in our conversations where I'm trying my best to be as logical as possible. People just are not acting in a logical, like safe way. And it's frustrating me. Like, are you guys wearing masks? How serious are you taking this? Like, are you seeing this in your own lives? Because I've literally had to tell people, I don't want to talk to you because I'm so disappointed by you and how you're putting other people in danger because of these stupid, you know, conspiracy theories that are keeping you from doing the right thing.
I wear a mask every day. Every time I go out, like, I'll wear a mask. I saw my parents maybe like a week or like the weekend right before Mother's Day. Before that, I hadn't seen them since like February, but I just had to see them. So I drove by. We did a social distancing thing, like a real one. Like, when I stayed in the car, they weren't in the car.
Aww.
I just think it's like, I don't live with my fiance, so like when I pick her up on Saturdays and we go grocery shopping and stuff like that. That's how we spend time with each other. Like, it's just a serious thing to me. Like, when it comes to work, like, I sit down for my 9 to 5 shift, I do my work, and then I, you know, like, stop working after that. But like, I take it very serious, and like, I kind of enjoy like the discipline, like, because I'm not a very disciplined person, but I think this has forced me to be a little bit more just. I do see a lot of friends of mine that don't take it as serious. And I try not to get too upset with them because I look at it like this is a discipline thing. And some people, one, they might not be disciplined. 2, they might not think it's as serious, which I can respect them just because if that's who you are, that's how you are. Like, I can't push my thoughts on you. You know what I mean? Like, so I just try to be respectful of other people, like, understand where people are coming from. The only thing that I can't get behind is people sending me conspiracy theories, just because I know people personally who are affected by it.
Right.
So I don't like that. Like, don't send me that. And then I also don't like it when people are outside protesting.
Well, yeah, I mean, same for me. I have a lot of people that I actually know that have it. Mostly everyone is, you know, healthy considering with it. I don't know anyone personally that's died from it, but quite a number of people that don't know how they got it, you know, been in the house and trying to distance, and maybe one person out their house went out, have it. So, you know, I definitely am taking that more serious. And, you know, for me, one of my goddaughters even has it. She's under 13. So, you know, I just worry about her because there's a new disease that's manifesting for children from this disease. So it's very, very serious. So, and that's the thing is we don't know yet where this is going to go. So I mean, in Pennsylvania, you can't even go into a store without a mask. So I might step outside if I need some fresh air. If I'm right on my step, I'm not putting on a mask if I'm not going anywhere. But obviously, if I'm going anywhere, like today, I just had to drop something in the mailbox. I had my mask, my gloves on. I'm a little bit extra ADD because I got like I got a fanny pack with antibacterial. I got sprays in the car. I got different colored gloves for different occasions. These are my Wawa gloves. These are my Home Depot gloves. These are my supermarket thicker gloves. So, you know, and I got everybody in my family masks. I've actually been helping my one girlfriend sell some masks, and she's been giving away some to nurses. But I just think I haven't I don't personally. I had some friends that I would say at the beginning probably weren't taking it serious or like, oh no, I'm gonna do this. But as it's been going on, and again, we know more people are affected. I think everybody I know been taking it serious. The one thing we did do for my niece, though, we did do kind of like a play date with her girlfriend that lives around the corner. Because first of all, we need a break. And her mom needed a break, but they just like they both had their mask on, and it was just like real quick, like just some of that stuff. And then like Mother's Day, I was with my mom. We didn't have masks on in the house, but she's just the one additional person that was in my house. But other than that, I haven't seen any friends. But y'all get ready for June 13th because if we still quarantined, I need y'all to do a drive-by on my birthday.
Now birthdays are hard for me though, and it's weird because usually for birthdays, I'll just post like a picture of my friend or whatever, and then we'll go out that night or whatever. Now I feel like I have to spend money on friends for their birthdays. Like that is just like
you ain't spend money on my birthday, Dexter.
Your birthday was like right there. Like we were still okay around your birthday. Now
no, we weren't. It was April 28th.
Oh no, your birthday you just passed.
Yeah.
Mine was in the middle of it.
Hey man,
where's my present?
Dash at.
I still owe my niece a present. I'm struggling. Like Trump needs to send us another check so I can buy birthday gifts.
Nah, oh, my bad. As far as I'm wearing masks. We aren't allowed to go in stores either in Jersey without it. So I always have my mask on me when I'm outside. Like I said, I'm not changing up too much. It's not like I'm out doing everything anyway. Of course, the comedy clubs are shut down, so being out is shut down. But as far as me dealing with my family and my immediate friends, I'm not wearing a mask. Of course, I wash my hands just as much as anybody else. Hand sanitizer just as much as anybody else. But that's what brings me peace. Is still being able to kiss and hug the people that I truly love. Like yesterday, I went around the corner. I went around the corner to see my aunt, see my niece, see my cousin, see my uncle, and give them their flowers and their wine and stuff for Mother's Day. But that right there is like, that's what I still want. And I know they're not going out the house or anything like that. I'm not in contact with too many people. I'm doing the right thing. So I'm still big on shaking hands and kissing babies, man.
I think this is really showing us that we have to really trust. I think trust is a big thing that we're learning from this experience. And like, for me, it's like, I don't even know who to trust because you don't even know how people are moving in their lives.
I know who not to trust.
Who?
Anybody on that goddamn TV.
Well, I was going to say, guys, be careful because they're saying that even once it passes and you test negative, it could still live in your semen. And it could be sexually transmitted. That's the new news today.
Like, should we be concerned about that or should you?
Oh, well, I guess, yeah.
That's your problem, not mine.
I'm not getting no
semen. Another thing that y'all can give us that we ain't asked for.
I'm not getting no semen, so I don't got to worry about semen. I don't got to worry about no semen.
It's I don't know. I guess it's weird times right now. I'm just not trying to be fearful in whatever I do. I still want to take precautionary measures on whatever I do, but I have to weigh what's the risk and what's the reward. But I'm not going to be feared into not shaking someone's hand that I know is clean. I'm not going to be feared into, like I said, like hugging or kissing my aunt that I know is like.
That's what I'm saying about trust. How do you know they're clean? That's my problem. Like, you don't know how people are moving.
I pray, blind faith. Blind faith. You gotta believe in something.
Some people don't have symptoms. Like, how do you know someone's clean?
Blind faith.
Or you gotta just do like my sister said. My sister said we gotta just treat it like we've all got it and we've all been cured. Because there are so many people that are asymptomatic that will never even know if they had it.
Yeah, but that's the thing. There is no cure. No. Like, even if you get this and build the antibodies, like my friend got it really bad and she built the antibodies, she could still get it again.
Yeah.
Well, there is a cure.
Where?
Bleach. You just got to drink a little bit of bleach and that is the cure for the corona.
And kill yourself in the process.
Look, he didn't say you would live. He just said it'll kill the corona.
Right. That's true. It will disinfect that corona right out of you.
So I came across an article on CNN.com that explained why people are not wearing masks, right? So it really helped me understand the people in my life. because I just could not put I could not wrap my head around, this is easy. All you got to do is wear a mask and stay away from people. Why is that hard? You know? But I read this article and it said, A, they have problems with authority. B, they don't believe that this is a real threat because they haven't been personally or directly affected by it. C, they feel like their freedoms are being infringed upon. D, some people may feel like it makes them look weak because if you wear a mask, it's admitting that you have fear of something. And then E, people find them uncomfortable.
Let me tell you something. All of them people is going in a grocery store with something on their face because otherwise you ain't getting no groceries in some of these states. So they can say they don't want to wear a mask or they want to. You want this food, don't you? Better put something on your face.
People always try to pretend. I used to say all the time that I think people lie and pretend because they want to have disorders. Like people be like, oh, I'm OCD or whatever. Like, so from someone, these same people be the ones that don't want to wear masks and aren't cleaning up after themselves. You're not OCD. You just like to clean here and there. Like you're not OCD. You're
right. Right.
Right. That's so true. So one thing I can say, those medical masks, if you wear them for too long, they make your breath like dry your mouth out.
So it's not just me. Because I be sliding lifting under. I be like, oh, that's me.
That's y'all. That's what we've been. That's what we've been smelling. That's what we've been smelling, y'all.
It's a little dry up there.
You gotta drink water. You gotta hydrate.
Yes.
Yesterday I wasn't dying with the mask on, and like the lines in the grocery stores, it's like if you don't have to go, like why would you even bother to go? The lines were wrapped around the things, whatever. And I just started getting so overwhelmed because it's so many people in there, so long, it's so hot. I'm like, can I just take this off for a minute? I just need to breathe. Like it's just, I can't wait till the mask stuff is over.
I don't think it's gonna be over.
Not for a while.
Not yet.
We gonna wear. I mean, Garnett, do you wear masks?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
he's just hugging and kissing people who he believes are clean by the grace of God. God has anointed them and saved them from the corona.
That's it, man. But now, I forgot what I was about to say.
We were talking about wearing masks. Wearing masks all this year because it's going to happen.
So I was going to say, we probably going to November, man. It's
December. Make it December. Go ahead.
Because of people like you out here hugging people.
No. It ain't got nothing to do with me. When they starting to throw these new, like they dropped a new symptom today, like how somebody dropped a new album.
Yo,
I read today that you can get it from your eyes. I was like, from your eyes.
What are we supposed to do? Walk around the grocery store like?
Well, see, they did originally say the eye thing at first, because like a lot of times like that, which is why they didn't want to cover your eyes. But I feel like they don't. This virus is mutating so much, and they just don't want to admit that because every time they'll be like, okay, now you can have 5 headaches instead of 4 headaches. 3 neck pains, like you said, just every day. I'm like, okay, so basically anybody can have anything and have coronavirus. Okay, all right.
It's, especially with nowadays kids, where now like the kids, they have their own thing, and a lot of parents and stuff like that. People are going to be frightened. So this isn't going to be something that is going to be short term from here on out. I feel like it's probably going to be longer, especially when you start involving kids and older people. A lot of people are not, playing games with their kids. So
yeah, the manifestation is called like the Kawasaki disease for the kids.
Yeah,
that have had it. They're not going to
make it stuff like
the motorcycle.
Oh no! Somebody explain to me the Kawasaki. That's been around. So basically, the
we
virus
used to ride the bikes. I know.
The virus gives you like those symptoms. But that's how like you said, we're not going to be sending these kids to school in September if there's not nothing. People are not going to want to do that to their kids.
So? Wait, so right now the mandate is June 4th, and
it's different for different states.
Well, in Philadelphia, it's June 4th. Like that's what it is for us. You think they're gonna extend that again?
No, I think we'll be able to do stuff. I just don't think like stuff like the sporting events and schools. Like they could even do something like maybe schedule kids to come at different times. I don't think we'll be all together until there's closer to a vaccine, because people are going to be worried about if I send my kid to a 30-person class with the teacher, and now, the kids are spreading it around. The kids spread everything around as is, just like regular common cold stuff. So I think until we have something, they're going to be really weary about how we do stuff, like you said, kids and older people.
So my friend is a teacher in Philly, and I don't know if this is like, what's happening around the country, but she was telling me that she's finding it really difficult to teach online. First of all, she said she got to do all this extra work, to put stuff, up online. But she said, but the kids aren't used to learning online. So the kids some of the kids, they don't even know where they're at. They can't reach them. We don't got parents that are responsible, that are telling their kids go and learn, go in front of the computer or whatever. So it's like, for her, she's saying it's really challenging.
Yeah.
Tragic.
Right.
I saw one of my older cousins. She teaches middle school kids, and she's saying it's like the worst thing ever because the kids aren't even doing the work. They're
right.
at home, and she sees when, they log in and they're logged in for about 30 seconds, probably when somebody walks in and asks them what they're doing, and then they going right back to the PS4 or Xbox.
Well, see, they need teachers like my niece's teacher, because she will email you like, that assignment and I got on there, it's like, no, I did that assignment, we did it. She was like, I never got it, or maybe I deleted it. I'm like, okay, let me send it to you.
This is the kicker, though, from what she's telling me. They can't even fail the kids because it's a whole new situation. So as a kid, like, if you know that, then yeah, I'm not checking into class then, because I'm gonna make it to the nothing great.
But let me tell y'all, that's when I got pissed. Like, when they started saying, well, they're gonna have a reading assessment and a spelling. I'm like, so I'm giving out tests now? So y'all gonna try to dress it up with the assessment, but it's a test. It's a test. Okay.
Yo, but they're not even evaluating teachers right now. So teachers could do the crappiest job ever, and it does it is the wild, wild west out there. It is crazy.
I just think it shows that a lot of us in a lot of different industries just weren't prepared for this, which is understandable because we've never dealt with it. It's just that some industries, I think, have done it. Like the entertainment industry, in my opinion, is just amazing when it comes to this. Like, I think that industry has just really like raised the bar and like really like welcomed themselves to the time. Education, on the other hand, is just like what the hell is going on? It's like, I know it wasn't good before, but now it's just like, my fiance works in the school and she's a high school counselor, and she says like you literally have to chase kids down, seniors in high school, to be like, you got to do your work in order to pass, to get out of high school. And it's like, if you're a senior in high school and you're failing classes, like, this is an opportunity for you to do better, and you don't.
They still that diploma or that high school diploma.
And it's sad because they know that. Yeah. They know that. They know that, like, no, regardless, I'm gonna get it. But then I have friends who work in higher ed, and they're just like, at the end of the day, we do still have to calculate GPAs and stuff. Like, you can't get into college. Like, yeah, you might just pass high school, but you can't get into college like this. So, like,
listen, my cousin said that person's still gonna fail their class on paper. You still gonna get that F for not showing up because I'm doing work, you not. But the school is still gonna let them go. So it's like I don't know, man. It's rough. I feel bad for, honestly, the kids, because their parents still gotta work too. Well, at least some of them. And it's like, that's why school is so important. So the teachers and everybody, they get paid to look after and help you with your child. And now it's just all on the parents. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just different. And to go back to what, Dex said, as far as just the rest of the world kind of being late, that's, the entertainment, the music industry, everything is so fast. That's why school isn't fast. You're going to do your 4 years no matter what. They're not trying to make it faster.
But it's ridiculous that they're not failing kids. Like, what kind of enabling is this? Like, okay, I get it. It's hard. We're not used to this. But these are young kids. They're adaptable more so than older kids. So you're already setting the bar of, okay, well, it's okay for you not to adapt and roll with the times. What kind of problem-solving skills are you teaching them?
But Mina, if you think about it,
that comes down to being prepared, like Dex said. Like, I will say, for my niece's school, before we got to that Friday the 13th, when we knew this was happening, that Wednesday, they were like, parents, we're going to prepare this. We're going to send home these virtual copybooks, da-da-da-da-da. They set everything up before they left school that Friday, knowing that this might happen. Philadelphia School District, them kids didn't get
They're still
copybooks.
giving out
They
computers.
still giving out, they didn't get that for weeks. So it's
That's
like,
because they didn't find them kids.
No, but they let them go home, and then they figured out a plan. So that's the thing. It's hard to say fail the kids. It's like you already failed them. There was no plan in place for them when you knew that they were not going to be at school. How are they supposed to get these Chromebooks and all of this now weeks later when they're sheltering in place at home? So again, I do believe like it came down to really like, are you prepared in teaching us like this is why we slum in this country. We're not prepared enough.
Some of the kids as well, I know, and it's probably they can't punish everybody off of maybe one or two people. Probably is probably what they're saying, because I'm pretty sure there are kids that don't have internet that can't get any, and so it's like with that in mind, am I going to fail that kid too just because they don't have it?
Right.
No.
You can't get down to the school district to get your Chromebook.
No, I understand that. I'm not saying those kids. I'm saying there are kids that don't have excuses. I understand if you have okay, well, I don't have internet. I didn't grow up with internet in the house. I get it. I haven't received my computer. I get it. But there are kids that are just not doing the work, and they have the access. They have the internet. They just choose not to because they know that there's no punishment on the end of it.
The only issue with that one is it's kind of like, so say it's the four of us, right? All four of us are in 12th grade now. There's four people behind us that need those same seats that we're sitting in now. So if they don't move us forward, then they bring those next four people forward. It's like, well, we don't got no room for these kids. Like it's already overpopulated in these classrooms.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like I feel bad for these kids and their education and their futures. And it's like, even in college, I was reading this article and it was saying how college kids are suing schools because they feel like the online courses that they're getting are not to par with the actual, real courses. They don't feel like they're getting their same bang for their buck, so they want their money back.
I would say that's definitely true depending on the course. Depending on if you're in a lecture class. I mean, now maybe y'all can do Zoom. I don't know, but I would say that's definitely probably true depending on the course. And I do think some of these private and colleges that get all of this money, they need to be understanding somewhat. Like I know they were giving kids their money back for like their meal plans and stuff like that, which I think is a little ridiculous.
If I'm some of them, I'm suing my school too because a lot of those same courses is online for free right now. I'm in a class with them. So absolutely nothing.
But some of these kids though are actually only suing the college because they feel like they didn't get the experience of being in college. Not even about the class. Like, don't be ridiculous. If you're gonna sue because of like
your education,
education-wise, don't sue because you couldn't party.
But Dexter, they also sell you.
That's why I went to that school, Dexter, so I could party. Y'all cut the basketball games.
They do send you that. They do sell you that dream, though. I will say that is true.
They definitely sell you the whole experience.
And I did see the NCAA is actually doing something where they're like, look, if everybody can't play, we're not having games. So that I think is going to deter a lot of people from going to college in general.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I went to Syracuse. Carmelo Anthony had just won the championship. I was like, I'm there.
That was lit. The experience. You sold.
These are difficult times. I'm glad everybody on here is wearing a mask because I was a little scared. Dexter, please stop. Dexter. Garnett, please stop hugging people.
I can't, man. I always love the spread. I always love the spread. Everybody.
You spreading the corona.
No. I am the vaccine. It's me.
Oh, wow.
This is love, baby. Come get this love. That's it.
I watched the documentary on I forgot the guy's name on Netflix that he had that religious cult and he was having sex with everybody.
Waco, what's it? Waco?
Waco, the guy from Waco.
I didn't say it. I know about the story.
All those cult leaders be having sex with everybody.
That's how you sound. That's how you sound, Garnett.
That's how I sound.
Yeah. I am the vaccine. All right, guys. Well, thank you. Anything else you guys want to add?
Man, stay safe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And hope we get back to work in real life very soon.
I hope so too.
I pray and hope, man. We might have to get our freedom and go to Atlanta. We gotta go down south, all right?
I'm all right. I'm cool. I'm cool.
I had to cancel my trip to Harry Potter World. I was pissed.
Harry Potter world probably safe too.
Definitely not. Not with them kids having the Kowalski or whatever the hell. The Nagasaki. The Nagasaki. Now I'm definitely staying away from Harry Potter world. Now these kids had a different sickness. Nope.
Yeah, it's different right now, but nah, it was I don't know. I'm just happy to be here with y'all, man. I'm glad to see that y'all doing all right.
I'll give y'all virtual hugs.
Yes, we get virtual hugs.
Virtual hugs.
Oh my God, look at my nails. They look terrible.
Look at mine. My niece did mine. Look at mine.
What about our hair?
Okay, well, actually, I did. Look, I broke the coronavirus rule, and I had my girlfriend come to this crochet real quick. But that was fine. It was just one person. It was one person.
Yeah, your hair's growing out, Garnett. You got a full head right there.
Yeah.
But you have a full head of good hair.
Yeah.
I have a Brillo head. Like, it's just...
I mean, but this wasn't by choice, bro. Like, I had waves before this. I wore a wave cap before this. I cannot do it now, so
it's not gonna work.
It is what it is. We're not seeing a lot of people, so
you are.
It's the same people, though. It's the same people. It's the same people. It's the same. So
you're not coming to my house for the rest of the year, Garnett.
I didn't joking he had coronavirus. Then we never joked it.
Yo, in the beginning when this started, he came in with a cough, and we was like, Garnett got the coronavirus.
I'm gonna leave.
Probably already cured.
Leave with the cough. You know, I'm all right. We're gonna be all right.
All right, y'all. Thank you for watching and listening to the 131st, 131. Sheesh.
Ooh.
Episode of the Mina's House Podcast. We're all here. We all made it. Thank you for listening. I'm Mina SayWhat.
I'm Shana B.
Dexter Stuckey.
Now it's me.
Someone.
You go.
Go ahead, Shana. I'm sorry.
I'm Shana B.
We did this already.
No, I cut her off. I went first. All right. Garnett Briscoe, Sherlock Homeboi. Thank you.
All right. Bye, y'all. A mess.